Yo my dudes, I know it's been a minute but I'm back, and what better way to be back than with a new top 5 video. Well, actually I could think of a lot of better ways to come back, but a top 5 video is what I got, so y'all gonna get that. With the Switch out, I know a lot of you have been killing that Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I can't really blame you, I've been doing the same. Between you and me, the launch lineup wasn't even that hot, besides a few games here and there. With that in mind, in today's top 5 we'll be checking out 5 games you can play on your Switch real soon. A few weeks soon. Hopefully. Without any further delay, let's check out our titles.
The band of epic heroes had completed many quests for their king. They were legends. But even legends grow old and stories fade. This is the story of the has-been heroes.
While probably the weakest when it comes to visual appeal on this list, Has-Been Heroes is something I'm personally looking forward to. Once you're past it looking like a Flash game, it seems like a fun roguelike action title that has a prominent but not overbearing bit of strategy involved. The game has you taking control of a young rookie hero and 2 past their prime veteran heroes, who each fill out your typical RPG archetypes of high damage, mage, and tank characters. The story tasks you to play as these 3 heroes while you protect and escort your king's 2 daughters across danger-stricken lands to school. What is this plot, my guy? While the plot may not be the most, interesting, gameplay seems to make up for it with its dynamic lane combat, which reminded me a lot of the Battle Network games, the Mega Man ones I mean. Those used to be my jam. In each of those lanes, characters can be swapped on the fly to attack enemies in even chain combos with each other's abilities or magic that you learn along the way. On your journey, every area will be randomly generated, along with its enemy types, so on death you won't be forced to memorize or redo the same thing, adding a nice zest of freshness to all playthroughs. If this sounds right up your alley, you can check out Has-Been Heroes and its fast-paced strategic combat on March 28th. Devs promised hundreds of hours of content in this one, so let's hope that's true. Perhaps the furthest out there in terms of release date, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is probably a sure buy for a lot of you out there. Or maybe not. I wouldn't knock you guys for not wanting to pay $60 for a port now. Even I'm having a bit of trouble brushing over the idea of it, to be completely honest. That $60 price tag got my wallet like. If it was $40, I'd be more inclined to drop them racks on it, but for those of you interested, in the Deluxe Edition that is, it comes with all the DLC from the Wii U version along with some exclusive content for us Switch owners, which includes but aren't limited to a new and more fleshed out battle mode that's hopefully good, new characters such as King Boo and the Splatoon Inklings, and of course new tracks plus all the DLC tracks from the Wii U era. That's a lot of fucking tracks. The game also runs at a clean 1080p 60 FPS, and now you can take that on the go. So if you didn't get a chance to lose first place because someone held onto a blue shell until the very last stretch of the final lap on Wii U, you can experience that for the first time on April 28th. Along with Has-Been Heroes and a slew of other titles in Nintendo's attempt to reach out to indie devs, good on them for that by the way, comes Shakedown Hawaii, the follow-up to the much-loved 8-bit Retro City Rampage. If you're not familiar with the former game, Retro City Rampage is basically a top-down GTA with a thing for mayhem, referencing other games, and pop culture. Seriously, at one moment you could be sneaking around in a cardboard box like your name is fucking Solid Snake, and the next moment be running down the streets of Theftopolis with the fucking Ninja Turtles hopping out of manholes hot on your ass. It's safe to assume we'll be seeing a lot more wacky stuff like that in Shakedown Hawaii as a sequel or successor to Retro City Rampage. Though story wasn't the strongest in the first game, it being roughly the same as most GTA games, end up in the city as a no one and work yourself up to be one of the city's top players, gameplay in itself was another beast. While it was fun with a massive amount of weapon variety and run and gun mayhem, Retro City fell flat at times because you wouldn't really know what you were doing in certain situations, like taking cover thanks to the game being 8-bit. Though with Shakedown Hawaii taking the step up to 16 bits, we probably won't have that issue. If there was any game on this list that I would recommend just off of pure fun value, I'd give it to Shakedown Hawaii just because I enjoyed its predecessor that much, and I can't wait to dive into the sequel with that delicious 60 FPS sometime this April. Okay, this one might be me cheating, but nah, fuck it. Disgaea 5 Complete is exactly what the name entails, a complete version of the latest game that came out on the PS4 sometime in 2015, I believe. For those of you unfamiliar with the series, they're actually strategy RPGs that don't really take themselves too seriously, and can actually have you laughing out loud at moments. Well, that's with my experience with the series so far. Though I have heard that this installment does dial back on the comedy a bit to have more focus on the story. Not meaning that it doesn't have the wackiness that the series is known for, it's just, a little less. Speaking of story, you won't have to worry about having prior knowledge of the series with this one, due to it being a standalone tale, and fans of the Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem series should feel right at home when it comes to gameplay. Now, this version of Disgaea 5 encompasses all the DLC from the original release, plus a few more optional story scenarios featuring fan-favorite characters of the older titles, that may or may not make you want to backtrack and experience the older titles for yourself after this one. Alright, so the reason I said I might be cheating on this one earlier is because the game isn't technically coming out soon. It's actually out now in Japan. And if you haven't put 2 and 2 together, you could be playing this right now. Or to be a bit more accurate, you could be playing this after you finish this video and sub up. If you're interested in the game, make yourself a Japanese account real quick and enjoy. But if you're a lazy ass like me, you can check out Disgaea 5 Complete on March 23rd. Now this shit right here is Pocket Rumble, my boys. A game I've actually been dying to play on consoles for what feels like years now. For those of you that know me personally, know how much I dig fighting games, and this one I just couldn't get enough of back when I played it on Steam. Probably one of my favorite parts about this game is the art direction. Keen eye fighting game fans will notice the aesthetic similarities between this and Neo Geo classic fighters such as The Last Blade and SNK vs Capcom. Well, the similarities are pretty blatant, aren't they? But looking like a knockoff in some ways doesn't besmirch how fun of a fighter this game truly is. Wait, did I really just say besmirch? Anywho, Pocket Rumble aims to make stepping into the realm of fighting games a bit easier for those with no history, by minimizing the executional barrier that comes with memorizing and learning a whole bunch of combos. And they do that by making the game focus around a 2 attack button layout, making every normal attack have a use outside of being an ender, starter, or chain, along with having every character a specific movement option. Without getting too deep into the guts of the game and how fighters work in general, I'll just say check out Pocket Rumble if you're a person not too into fighters and want to get into them, or if you're a fine game vet that wants a game that puts a fun little spin on what you already know. So you can start hitting the lab in Pocket Rumble sometime this month. Because there's no actual release date yet. And with that ends my list of 5 games you could play on your Switch soon. Tell me down below which games are you planning on checking out, or which game has your attention the most. Mine without a doubt is Pocket Rumble. I'm ready to run everybody's fade the day of. I will be streaming that, so you can hop into the stream and come catch this work too. But let me start getting out of here because these videos aren't going to start making themselves. I'll catch you dudes in the next one. Until then, stay golden. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you look right above me, you can see 2 of my previous videos. So, if you feel like supporting your boy, feel free to check them out. It's okay, take your time. I'll just be right here when you're ready to watch them.